On this problem, we have a quilt which is 88 inches wide and 108 inches long, and then there's a 6-inch border. And the problem tells us that the blocks on the quilt have 4-inch sides. And to figure out how many blocks run across the width and the length, what we have to do, it's a little bit tricky, is we have to subtract out from the width and the length the border. If you look at this picture, you see that the blocks don't run all the way across the width of the quilt, and they don't run all the way up and down the length of the quilt because of that border. And then it's a 6-inch border all the way around, which means there's 6 inches on the top and 6 inches on the bottom and 6 inches on either side that don't have any blocks. And so if the overall width of the quilt is 88 inches, then the width that has blocks running along it is going to be 88 minus 6 on one side and 6 on the other side. That's the same as 88 minus 12 inches. And then 88 minus 12 comes out to 76 inches. So that's how much width has blocks. And then what we do next to figure out how many blocks are actually running across the width of the quilt is we take 76 and divide that by 4, because remember, the blocks have 4-inch sides. And to divide 76 by 4, we take 4 and divide it into 7 first, and it goes 1 time. And then 1 times 4 is 4. So we put that 4 below and then subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. And then bringing down the next digit, that turns the 3 into a 36. And then 4 goes into 36 9 times. And then 9 times 4 is 36. And when we subtract, we end up with a 0 remainder. And so that means there are 19 blocks running across the width of this quilt. And then to figure out how many blocks go up and down the length, we go through basically the same process. We know that the entire length of the quilt is 108 inches, but then there's a 6-inch border on top and a 6-inch border on bottom. So the length that has blocks is going to be 108 minus 12 inches. And that comes out to 96 inches. And then we take that length and divide it by 4, because the blocks have 4-inch sides. And then to do that division, 4 goes into 9 2 times, put a 2 on top, and then 2 times 4 is 8. And then subtracting 9 minus 8 is 1. And then we bring down the 6. That makes the 1 into a 16. And then 4 goes into 16 4 times. And so we end up with an answer of 24, which means that the length of the quilt has 24 blocks running along it. So the answers to practice D are the width has 19 blocks and the length has 24 blocks.